be or not to be is not even remotely the question. I'm sorry, I know you're supposed to like Shakespeare and all, but I think it's a crock. If theater is all about self-absorbed teenagers trying to decide whether or not being a prince is enough to stay alive, then we have failed our children. Let me solve this dilemma for you, Hamlet, you little punk. To be. There. That is the answer. Could you imagine if all of us did that all the time? I wake up every morning just hoping that a cup of coffee is enough to get me out the door, to get me to a job that I can't stand. My internal conflicts mostly revolve around, should I get a second mortgage, or should I get rid of this junker car that I already have? Or if my stupid kids keep whining about getting a bigger TV, is it immoral to disown them? Sometimes it gets to a point where I think I'm just living this life because it's already in place. What do I care about bigger TVs? I used to have dreams. I was going to be an astronaut. Now, all I want is a little peace, maybe a good night's sleep. There, that is the real dilemma, isn't it? Do we keep slogging ahead to an unknown destination, or do we just stay where we are and just try to sleep it all away? This standalone monologue from instantmonologues.com caught my eye, and I was really happy to work on it. First, it was just a little bit of a delight to work on a character that cannot stand and does not understand Shakespeare at all and thinks it's all self-indulgent and just doesn't get it. But of course, the irony in this monologue is that as Chris is ranting about how Hamlet doesn't get it, and that's not what life is about. But what is life about? Look, life is about you have to make these terrible choices and deal with these terrible situations, and real life isn't anything like what that's dealing with. They actually are dealing with much of the same struggles that Hamlet deals with on, of course, a different scale and life situation. I thought this was pretty cleverly written. I thought, of course, with most standalone monologues, you can play with the tone, but every time I did it, it was coming out in this sort of comedic, ranty way, which I didn't anticipate when I was working on it on the page. I don't pre-plan anything, but I do often get a sense of tonally where something's gonna land, and this one just ended up funnier than I anticipated. But I think the funny comes from the fact that Chris is just done and really actually struggling. And if I'm analyzing it from an outside perspective, maybe Chris doesn't like Hamlet because Chris sees a little bit of themselves in Hamlet. Hope you enjoyed it. A nice, easy one for today. If you did, give this a like and then subscribe, and we will definitely keep exploring 1000 monologues together. Thanks so much.